All right, guys. Got an update for you on the Form C. You're not going to believe this. You're not going to believe what they're trying to pull off now. 16th was the deadline. That was the deadline. They just filed the Form C today, late, after the deadline. And now they're trying to cover their tracks, dude. You are not going to believe this. No, like you're not going to believe this. Meta Law Man. This is weird. The SEC's Form C is dated October 16th. The court's file stamp on the document is the 17th. We should find out soon whether the Second Circuit concludes that the SEC has missed the deadline. So see right here, this is like the actually getting, filed into the court the 17th. Look what they did. Look at what they did, bro. They thought that they were going to get away with putting the 16th at the bottom. Okay, so you're just going to put 16th at the bottom and you're just going to pretend like you didn't miss the entire deadline? Fellas, this is like somehow worse than an actual last-minute filing. Because this is not even last minute. They filed it after the deadline, which should therein invalidate the appeal completely. I mean, it should be void. It should be voided. Like it's invalid now because you did not follow the deadline. Because this is not how the real world works. I get they're a reckless, power-abusing government agency, federal agency, but like in the real world, you can't just do shit like this. When rent's due and you miss it, you can't just come back later and just put the date on as the date that it was due and be like, oh, I hope it's all good. No, that's not how the real world works, bro. They actually tried to pull this. It literally got filed. It's filed outside of the window. And they just tried to put in the date as if like they filed it on the correct time. No, they didn't. No, they did not. This is crazy, bro. Oh my god, this is crazy. And then Eleanor Tourette just put out something though that says like, oh, and yes, I see there are two different dates here on the Form C. I have reached out to the SEC for comment on this, noting that in the comment the SEC sent me this morning, they said the docs will be filed publicly soon. Were they filed last night and didn't appear on docket until today? We'll find out. So, Master Chief says backdating for perpetuating fraud misrepresentation is illegal and unethical. So now it's kind of a question of, did they actually did file it on the 16th, but it just hit the books on the court today? But right now it's like, yeah, it hit the courts on the 17th, but they're just claiming 16th. So, really want to get some clarity on what's going on here. Like, is the SEC, are they just being like, they're just trying to see if they're going to let it slide? Like, oh, if we just put 16th at the bottom, surely it's going to, surely it'll go through. But it actually gets cleared on the 17th. So, looking forward to an update from Eleanor. Because, like, did the digitally file last night but didn't go on docket until today? I mean, good God, like when we were waiting during kind of like the countdown to midnight, was it actually submitted? But then this morning, I don't know. But it's just weird. It's just weird because surely, if they're digitally filing it, I mean, it would have just shown up last night. So why all of a sudden did it take until 7 p.m. the next day to actually hit the website? I feel like they actually did miss the deadline. And they're just kind of assuming like, oh, we're the SEC. Oh, it's still going through. So we'll see if what the Second Circuit concludes. Like, I'm looking forward to what Eleanor, what responses she gets, and what the Second Circuit concludes. Because basically, this did not hit the courts until like 7 p.m. the following day after the deadline. So you're telling me if the SEC truly did faithfully filed this last night, like during our kind of countdown to midnight, you're telling me it took like a full 20 hours for it digitally to be recorded? I don't know, man. I don't know. Well,